Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 215 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. It's good to be with you. I'm loving everything I'm doing right now. How about you? Are you loving what you're doing right now? Are you on the right path and you know it? That feels really good, doesn't it? I mean, sometimes that path, though, comes to a why, and you have to decide what to do. Or maybe you're on a path you used to love, but your passion isn't there for it anymore. Wherever you are, this episode's for you. So for me, I love doing this podcast, and I'm enjoying the projects I have in design, and I'm also really enjoying my coaching certification training. It's going really well. I've loved every minute of it, even the hard ones. And that's how I know I'm on the right track. I have no intention of quitting, even though it's hard. I also invested a lot of money to do it, which tells me I was ready. But this last week, it was super hard. I felt so disconnected from the group because I was gone for 2 weeks. And normally, I would have joined the class wherever I'm traveling, but we were in the middle of the ocean on a sailboat with no Wi-Fi. So it really wasn't possible. But do you ever do that? You feel disconnected and just kind of afraid that you've fallen too far behind? Maybe COVID got you off your game at the gym, or maybe you were a stay-at-home mom and now you're joining the workforce again for the first time in 18 years. Whatever it is that you desire to do but feel like you're just too far behind, you're not. You're just having thoughts that you are. With my coaching certification, my small group has a practice session before the actual class starts. And I had 100 reasons why I wasn't going to go to that practice session. But there was part of me that knew the reason my brain was giving me those reasons not to do it was that I felt disconnected and I really was kind of uncomfortable about joining the class. Maybe the people in that group had a different agenda now that I'm not aware of. So many things, but I joined anyway. And it was the best thing I've done in a while because I was able to get coached on my feelings about it. And then because I talked about my feelings, they insisted I practice coaching right away to get back into the game. That was terrifying. But I also realized every other person comes to the table with their own fears and thoughts. It's so normal. And we tend to think we're the only ones that have them. And sometimes that causes us to hide out in our safe little cave. And some people thrive in that little cave, never leaving it. But not me, and not you either if you're listening. I may not know you personally, but I do know that much about you. And let me just say, whatever you're doing that you're thriving on, keep going. Keep stepping out of your comfort zone. Keep stepping out of your safe little cave because all the growth is out there. It's outside of that cave. The next time you feel scared to do something because it's out of your comfort zone, just know that's normal and we all feel it when we're doing something new. Or maybe we've been out of the game for a little while so you feel behind or uncomfortable. Just jump right back in. You'll be so glad you did, I promise. I also felt nervous about going back into my Toastmasters group because I'd been gone from that for even longer, 3 weeks. But I knew it was only my fear that was keeping me from it, so I got right back into it. And it was so exhilarating, and it filled me with energy and connection because I love that group. And I love that what we have to offer each other, inspiration, growth, and connection. Yeah, it's not easy, and I have to think on my feet. But I want that. I need it. Just because I felt behind, it didn't mean I was. And guess what? I wasn't. No one cared. They were just glad to see me back. No judgments. And while I'm on the topic of that not being behind, just because someone else thinks you should be at a certain place by a certain age that doesn't make it right for you. You get to decide what the right timing is for you, and that's it. Maybe someone thinks you should have kids by 30 or you should have a certain income by 40 or whatever expectations people put on us. The only thing that matters is you. What do you want? You're perfect as you are. You know why I say that with such confidence? It's because there's only one you in this universe. You're the only one with your specific assets, and they're combined in a unique way. Yeah, someone may be richer or skinnier or smarter or farther along, but that's their journey. You have no idea what it took to get them there, so never compare yourself and never beat yourself up because someone else is farther along. Your life experience has created this version of you right now. I look back and I wouldn't change anything, even the rough patches, because I grew from them. It made me stronger. If you're going through something right now, hold your head up and let it make you stronger. Let it build that character you need for the next phase. That next phase could be something you've been putting off, that business you wanted to start, that degree you've been thinking about getting, that weight loss you've been thinking about. It's never too late to start something you really want to do. Just be sure you get clarity on exactly what you want, because clarity of your outcome will have you much more focused than if you aren't sure. When you don't have clarity, it's super easy to get distracted. And the advertisers, they want you distracted. They try to distract you. Have you noticed that? They want you stuck to your phone because it makes them money. But given into your distractions, it's not making you money. And it's not making you smarter. It's not making you better. It's keeping you right where you are. So if you feel stuck, more than likely, you're going to want to distract yourself. Brenda Burchard gave an example this last week of putting a puzzle together. When do you move the fastest? When do you feel the most invigorated? It's when you see the outcome, when you can see that big picture, when you have clarity of what the puzzle is turning into and where each of those last puzzle pieces need to go. That's when you get excited. Now, when you first start a big puzzle, it's kind of easy to get distracted because it's hard. You don't know what the next move is. But man, as soon as you get close and you see the finish line, you pick up speed. When you're doing something hard or uncomfortable, it's easy to want to distract yourself. Fight that urge. Distraction is one of the biggest hurdles we all have, including me. I talk about it a lot. Now, I've been realizing I have a clarity problem right now with my coaching. I mean, do I want to do one-on-one? Do I want to do group? How's it going to look? How's my website setup going to look? So many questions. It's hard and it's confusing. I'm having to learn and grow. And sometimes it's easier to just get on social media to numb my feelings. But that stops momentum. It isn't adding anything. Well, make time for social media if you want. It's not altogether bad. But you don't want to allow yourself to use it as a buffer. We use it as a distraction, just like we use food or alcohol. So I know I have to get clarity on what I want right now. And it may change, but for right now, what do I want? Then I can work towards that goal and pivot if I need to. You don't have to know everything. You just need to know what the outcome is you want right now and move towards it. If you're passionate about it and you love it, more than likely you're on the right track, regardless of your thoughts about how long it's taking, how far behind you are, how you should have started years ago. None of that matters. They're all just thoughts. All that matters right now is right now and where you're heading. My challenge to you this week is to step out of your comfort zone at least one time. Truly out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've not been going to the gym for a while. Go do a fitness class. Maybe you've been wanting to join a club or a church or a new hobby. Just do it. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be one of the scariest things you do, but one of the most rewarding things at the same time. Get the big picture of your puzzle and then put down that first piece. You'll want to keep going if you get the momentum headed in that direction. Share this with at least 3 people and hop on Apple Podcasts and give me a review. It helps a lot. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together. And I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.